Okay, let's see what this question has to say. So it says a shopkeeper sold shares for $250 each by marking up the cost price by 20%. So he has some initial cost and he is basically increasing the cost up with 20% increase, and then he is basically selling it with $25 each. Out of the 60 pieces up for the sale, 6 pieces were found to be defective and were never sold. Okay, the shopkeeper returned them to the maker and was able to get a refund equal to half of the original cost for the number of items returned. What is the shopkeeper's profit or loss as a percentage of his initial cost for the 60 pieces of the furniture? So, okay, so there is a lot of information here, and the best way to kind of like tackle these type of questions is to go sentence by sentence and see if there is any information and whether I can generate an equation or probably come up with a parameter or a constraint, that kind of thing. So let's start again. A shopkeeper sold shares for $250 each by marking up the cost price to 20%. So if the original cost, let's say the original cost is X dollars, then there is an increase of 20%, which is going to be 1.2, to get to a value which is $250. And therefore, X can be 250 divided by 1.2. And I'm just going to use my calculator here. No need to get super fancy. Divided by 1.2. Oops, getting a crazy fraction, which is 208.33 with continuous repeat pattern. Okay. So this X dollar is basically the original price of a what? One share? Each, yeah. One share. Original cost this. And $250 is basically the selling price of $1, which is one share, which is $250. Okay, so far so good. Out of the 60 pieces up for sale, 6 were defective, were to be found defective and never were sold. So there are 60 pieces. Okay, so what does this basically tell me about the original cost? So if this is the original cost of one chair, then of 60 chairs, this is just going to be 208.33 with the repeating pattern, and this is what is the cost, which is the price which actually cost him. So I'm just going to do, oops, 250 divided by 1.2. I get a repeat multiplied by 60 again. So I am basically getting a value which is a clean number, thank God. So this is the original cost that costed him. So out of these 60 pieces, 6 turned out to be defective and were not sold. So that means 60 minus 6 leaves me with a 54, and only 54 were able to be sold at this rate. So what would be the total selling price? So the total selling price is going to be 54 times the rate at which one share was sold, because 54 is the number, and that's going to be 250. And this is going to be, okay, 250 times 54 is, okay, so $1,350. Okay, so this is the cost price, and this is the selling price. Okay, and then it says the shopkeeper returned them, or returned what? 6 pieces were found to be defective and were never sold. The shopkeeper returned them. Okay, so the defective. Okay, by them, the author basically means defective. Okay. So the shopkeeper returned the defective to the maker and was able to get a refund equal to half of the original cost of the number of items returned. So if the original cost is 2.833, let's see. So if 6 were returned and each cost 208.33 with a repeating pattern, let's try to multiply it with 250. Oh, sorry, 6. 250 divided by 1.2 is going to give me a crazy fraction. Multiplied by 6. Oh, thank God, it's again a very clean, neat number. It is 1250. However, this is the amount which only half of which he basically got as a refund. Right over here when it says, a refund of equal to half of the original cost. So I'm just going to divide it by 2. And yeah, so this is the amount that he was able to get as a refund. So now, what is the question basically asking me? What is the shopkeeper's profit or loss as a percentage of the initial cost for the 60 pieces of furniture? So when you're talking basically about the profit, you're basically talking about the sale price or the revenue minus the cost price plus a certain return that he was able to get. So the sale price is over here, which is 13500. So 13500 minus the cost price is, okay, 12500 plus a return, which was 625. And I'm just going to use my calculator over here. 13500 minus 12500 plus 625 is 1625, which is the profit. And I believe he has asked me about some percentage. What is the shopkeeper's profit or loss as a percentage of the initial cost for the 60? So the profit over the original cost. So in the percentage form, okay? So the profit is basically, oops, sorry, was not expecting that. So the profit is 1625, and the original cost of the 60 pieces was what? 12500. Yeah, 12500, and all I need to do is multiply by 100, and this will give me, and obviously this is going to give me some type of profit. Let's use our calculator again. 1625 times 100 divided by 12500, which is basically giving me 13% profit, and the answer must be D. You guys following so far? Do you guys have any question related to what we just did there?
No.
Okay, cool.